Hi everyone, welcome back to 51 Drones. Today we're talking about the brand new DJI Air 3S. This drone just came out and I'm going to do a little bit of a different style video today. I've never done this before. I'm going to do kind of a vlog style video. I'm going to take you guys along for the ride as I learn all about this drone. Of course, I'm not just going to give you a bunch of specifications. The leakers have pretty much done that already, so you kind of know what to expect. But what I want to check out are the most impressive features that have been added to the Air 3 to make this the Air 3S. So for instance, sport mode, up to 60 miles per hour, you guys. A folding drone that can go 60 miles per hour. That's pretty impressive. So I want to check that out. Also, speaking of speed, the maximum active track speed has been improved to 33 miles per hour. So we're going to check that out. The Lidar sensor, of course, on the front of the drone is going to help with obstacle avoidance in challenging situations. Basically, there's a test I want to try. I want to see if this drone can actually avoid something that kills a lot of drones. So we're going to check that out. Also, I want to check out, it has real-time onboard mapping. So that means when you launch this drone, normally you have to wait a few seconds before it locks onto the home point, before it gets good satellite signal, and then you fly away. You don't have to do that with Air 3S because as it flies away, it's mapping itself. So if it loses satellite, it's going to come right back to where it launched from. That is very, very significant for if you lose signal or something. You can rest assured that your drone is going to come back to you. Of course, the biggest improvement on this drone is going to be that 1-inch sensor on that wide angle camera, improved low light performance, just better overall image quality with this drone. So we're going to check that out as well. So let's get everything charged up. I got the batteries charging. The remote looks like it's just charged. We're going to activate it and then we're going to head out and we're going to test out the Air 3S. Of course, I had to pick one of the coldest days of the year to do this. It's 32 degrees out right now. Winter's coming, but at least it's kind of nice right now. So the other reason I kind of wanted to do this video this way is I'm also testing the DJI Action 5 Pro, and I've never done a complete video just with an action camera. I want to try to minimize the input on my videos. So like having to carry all my gear, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But if I can make a video by just using an action camera and my DJI mic, like that would be awesome. So that's another reason I'm doing this. Secondly, I kind of want to see like how this goes, like taking you guys along from start to finish on flying a drone for the very first time. So that's another thing I've never really done before, kind of a raw video. So hopefully it's a little bit different. Hopefully you like it. If you do or if you don't, let me know in the comments. But all right, let's hop in the quad and let's head out of town a little bit, get on the edge of town, get away from people, and test out the Air 3S. Okay, ready to go. So 60 miles per hour. Again, I am not confident that it's going to be able to get 60 miles per hour, but let's put it up and see what it can do. Sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty much like the Air 3. It's got a nice low hum to it. Yeah. All right, so we got a southeast wind, so I think I'm going to go down. I'll go downwind and have it fly over us this way towards northwest. All right, here we come, straight at us. About 53 miles per hour is all I could get on there. So, of course, there's hardly any wind right now. It's really calm out. So we're gonna have to find a day where it's a little bit windier to get a little bit of a tailwind. Okay, one thing I wanna do is I wanna fly this right over my head going full speed because it sounds amazing when it flies that fast. So sport mode. And here we go, right at us. Hopefully I have the altitude set right. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Was that too much?
Oh, that is cool. So yeah, so I don't think we're gonna get up to 60 today, but I'll do some more flying later today. The wind's supposed to pick up a little bit, and then I'll have a little more of a tailwind, but but that's still pretty fast, you guys. It sounds really cool. So, and then also we'll check out the maximum active tracking speed here a little bit later today as well. So the next thing I want to try is, you know what? I think I'm going to use this power line right here. The rumor is with this Lidar that it's going to be able to recognize power lines. So I think I'm just going to use this one right here. Let's bring her back. And let's see how the obstacle avoidance works on power lines. Honestly, you guys, I don't know if Lidar helps that much during the day. I think it relies on the regular obstacle avoidance sensors. If you know, let me know down in the comments. Like the Lidar thing is kind of a new thing for me, so I'm not really sure, but I'm just going to test it out anyway, just to see if it can recognize this power line. All right, where am I? Right there. All right, so there we are. And let's go. Okay, first, let's just do the, let's do the pole, okay? We know it's gonna work with that, okay? All right, let's go right at the pole. Make sure I got obstacle avoidance turned on. Safety, brake, okay. All right. Okay, so it works there, full stick ahead, not going into the pole. All right, let's go up. Let's get over. And let's see how it does on this power line. Okay, I see orange on the screen, like it's recognizing an obstacle. And it is not letting me go forward. Oh, they were getting a little high. Okay, look at that. It is not letting me go. Stick forward. See? Drone staying still. We got red on the radar. So is that because of Lidar or is that because of the improved obstacle avoidance algorithm? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'll do a little more research too. And if I find anything out, I'll put it on the screen. But you know, if this Lidar can help avoid crashes, I think that alone is like one of the most important improvements on this drone. Like, because so many people who start flying drones for the very first time, they're so worried about crashing into something. And if the obstacle avoidance is that much better to where it can avoid pretty much anything now, I don't want to say that, but if it can avoid more things, you know, if that technology continues to improve, we're gonna have a lot more people buying drones for the first time. So yeah, very cool. So what should I check out next? You know what? I think we're gonna check out the camera system. Basically, I wanna see if the video and the photos look better on this drone than the Air 3. So obviously I'm not gonna do it out here. It's kinda, everything's brown now, right? Everything's just, it's that time of year where everything's just brown, a little bit of green left and some yellow, so it's kind of boring. So I want to go find some areas that have a little more color, I guess, or a little more scenery. And there's not much around my community. If you know me at all, if you've watched any of my videos, mostly I go to the Norwegian park, Scandinavian park, which has some pretty cool buildings, stuff like that. And then we got a pumpkin patch about a mile out of town. So I'll get a little bit of footage with that as well and see, you know, see if this image quality is really that good. Because honestly, I think that's what most people are looking for. They're looking for that really improved image quality. And there's a lot of expectations with having a 1-inch sensor. So, and then I'm gonna have to do a low light test later today, obviously, very sunny day, but I do wanna do a low light test too, just to see the comparison between the Air 3S and the Air 3. Like, is it that much better? So, all right, let's hop back in here and let's go find something more interesting to record. You know, I was looking at buying a new four-wheeler. I told my wife, well, you know, I really need it for the channel. Like, it's really important to have something that I can go places where my vehicle can't. So I don't think she really bought it, but I was able to buy it anyway. So, but it's true. Like, there's a lot of places that, like, I want to fly, that if I'm parked there with my pickup, people are gonna be like looky-loos and be like, "What's that guy doing?" But if you're in a four-wheeler, like, oh, it's just a four-wheeler. You know, maybe he's hunting, or he's, you know, looking for his lost dog or something like that. I don't know. But people are less, around here anyway, I don't know about where you guys live or where you are, but people are less likely to be like concerned about a four-wheeler than they are a car parked on the side of the road or in the ditch or something like that. Like, it's just, it's, I don't know, it's just more normal. So, but I'm glad I have it. So also, it's good for pushing snow in the winter. So if I had the time to do like an ATV channel, I would. Like, I wish I could do like a drone ATV barbecue channel. Wouldn't that be awesome? Maybe, would you subscribe? I like to record from this Scandinavian Heritage Park because where else are you gonna find a giant red horse and a Gustav Church replica? There's just some interesting things here to record. And it's in the center of town, so I really don't have to travel very far to get some, you know, some footage that actually is kind of appealing. But what I wanna do here is, I'm just gonna sit on the park bench over here, and I just wanna get some video and photos of this area. First of all, I wanna compare normal color profile to D-Log-M on the Air 3S. And then I also want to look at the photos. I really think this drone, for photographers, you know, that's one group that often gets left behind with these camera drones. Everyone focuses on the video, and they focus on the video quality and frame rates and resolution, everything like that, but not enough people talk about photos. And I think this drone, they finally made a drone that's going to be appealing to photographers, like strictly aerial photographers. And so I'm just going to capture some photos here with the Air 3S and see what it looks like. I'll do some panoramas too. I'm going to head over to the pumpkin patch right after this and get some shots there too, just because it's, you know, it's interesting. There's a lot of colorful things. It's just a fun scene to capture from. So, and I'm just going to voice over these because I don't want this video to get too long. I want this first video to be relatively short, and you guys are probably sick of hearing my voice anyway. So, but yeah, so it looks like there's nobody here. There's like 10 cars in the parking lot or more, but I've only seen 4 people. So that's good. I do like that. This is Sandre. He is the father of modern skiing. So yeah, pretty cool. We have a lot of Scandinavian heritage in our community, so thus the Scandinavian Heritage Park. So all right, let's get the Air 3S up and get some footage. Okay, so here I did normal color profile in the Gustav Church in the Scandinavian Park. It looks pretty good, but as you can see, there's quite a bit of noise in the dark shadows, and just the color just doesn't really pop. So then here's D-Log-M, and this is non-edited. This is just a flat color profile. Brings up the shadows a lot, and all you got to do is turn up the contrast, turn up the saturation a little bit. You know, you mess with the curves a little, but it's just so much better balance here. And also the colors just pop. The yellows look a lot better, and overall just a better look. Here's just kind of a static video of the Gustav Church. This is normal color profile, lots of dark noise there. And then here's D-Log-M, and then just a really simple edit. Again, just bring up those shadows, little contrast, and then more color. And then here's another shot just from a different angle. This is actually facing into the sun, and the colors in this park right now are just so beautiful. All the reds and the yellows, and just everything looks really great right now. Normal color profile there. Here's D-Log-M edited, just more pop on those reds, and just brings the shadows up quite a bit. So yeah, a lot better looking there. And then here's the pumpkin patch. This is normal color profile. Everything's really boring and flat, and the grass doesn't even look green here. It looks awful. And then here's D-Log-M, nice flat color profile. And then just turn up the saturation and the contrast, and you're good to go. D-Log M is so easy to edit, you guys, and it just gives you so much flexibility. All right, let's talk about photos on this drone. The photographs from the Air 3S are amazing. So here's regular JPEG photo, right? And then here is the raw edited version. Raw, it's so fun to take photos and edit the raw photos. It's just a click, you guys. I just use Lightroom, and it's just the auto editing of a raw photo. So there's the Gullstaff Church regular, and then there is the raw image just with one click of the button in Lightroom. Look at how much better it is. Here's the pumpkin patch, a nice wide angle view. By the way, you guys, the panoramas from this drone are just stunning. So that's the wide angle one. That's the one that takes like, I think it takes 9 images. And then here's the 180 degree one. It's just so nice. The panoramas from this drone are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so let's head out now and let's check out the focus tracking on the Air 3S. I want to see how it performs, how fast you can go. Also want to check out this auto focus tracking thing. I don't know what that's all about, but I want to see how that works. And then finally, I do want to see about this onboard like mapping thing, like where if you lose GPS signal, the drone is still going to find its way back home. So let's head out and see how these two things perform. Okay, before we run the speed test, I want to test out the return to home function if you don't allow it to capture the home point. And so I'm going to turn on the controller, turn on the drone, and as soon as it allows me to launch, I'm going to launch. I'm not going to wait for the home point to get locked on. I'm not going to let it hover. I'm just going to launch it and fly it. All right, so let's see how this goes. And I'm not going to take the time to start the screen recorder because that's going to allow it more time to capture the home point. All right, let's start. Let's go up and let's fly away. Okay, let's just go out about 300 feet and let's hit return to home. And let's see if it comes right back to where I launched it from without capturing a home point. Okay, let's record the screen here because I want you guys to see. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. It is exactly in the same spot that I launched it from. And it did not lock onto the home point before it took off. So yes, that is going to be so valuable, especially if you're flying in an area where it's really hard to get a satellite signal. I don't know how it does it, but it's really cool. All right, let's do this focus tracking speed test. Okay, so I got the Air 3S up in the air right now, and I'm going to highlight my vehicle. There we go. And there you can see active track, spotlight, and point of interest. So we're going to do active track. And when you hit active track, now you have the option of choosing auto or manual. Basically, the auto focus tracking, they call it, I think it's aesthetic active track. And what it does is it looks at the environment and it figures out, using the obstacles around, figures out what is the best direction to follow you from. I don't have full confidence in that. Like, I'm not real sure how that's going to work. And so I'm going to play with that a little bit later, but I'm just going to do manual for now. So I'm going to hit active track, leave it on manual. I'm going to hit go. And then it seems to take a little time before it actually figures out what direction you're going before it decides, you know, where it's going to go, where you point it to. So right now I'm just going to draw on the screen. I'm just going to tap on the left side. And it looks like it's doing well. I'm going to hit record here. Good. So it went right to the left side. Let's tap on the F. So it should move over. I think you have to swipe up there. Yep. So put it on the F, which means front. So now it's going to track me from the front. Very nice. And let's go to the back. Should swing all the way around to the back side now. Okay, and we're going about 16. So 16 should be no trouble for it. You know, it takes some time for it to go where I want it to go. That's really nothing new for the focus tracking. Eventually it does what you want it to do. It just takes longer than I would like it to. So there, now it's tracking from behind. Let's take a look and see on the screen here. We are going 27, 28 miles an hour. Nope, excuse me, 23, 20, there we go, 28, 30 miles an hour, no trouble at all. Look at that. For those of you that are wondering if I have a spotter, I do. She's a little shy. She doesn't want to be on camera. There we go. 29.4, 30. All right, we got a turn here. Already much faster than the Air 3. Okay, so let's turn the corner here. Of course, I chose the most washboardy road that I could find. All right, so now we're going 30 miles an hour, 31. Let's see if we can get up to 33. So I'm going 37 on my truck, but it looks like 31.3 is the fastest that the drone is getting up to. So there you can see 35, and the drone's going about 31. So it is starting to lose me, but 31 miles an hour is pretty good. It's a lot better than the Air 3. So yeah, does a good job. Let's turn around here and let's just do a little more focus tracking. I'm gonna put it on that auto. Let's see what happens. So I'm just gonna turn around here because I really don't want to go down a dirt road. Sorry, my spotter fell down. Pick yourself up. All right. Sorry, hon. Okay, so now it should swing back around, follow me from behind. But let's do stop, active track, and let's do auto. Go. Let's see what it does. So I'm gonna keep her slow until I figure out how this actually works. It does not have the circle for you to direct it to which direction to go. So this is the auto focus tracking feature on the Air 3S. It's following me from the left side. I am going 30 miles an hour and it's keeping up pretty good. See, we have a vehicle coming here. Oh, never mind. All right, let's turn left here and see what it does. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read up on this a little more, on the auto focus track. So now it's following me from behind. You doing okay? Yeah? I'll see if she wants to get on camera a little bit later. Yeah, I really don't know what auto active track means, but it is doing a really good job keeping up with me. So yeah, very cool. Oh, there it's moving around by itself. It's kind of deciding which way to go. I don't know why. Apparently this is the most aesthetically pleasing viewpoint. So, oh, there, and now it's swinging back around to the other side. It's so random. So I really don't know what's going on with this. So, all right. It says aircraft in zone, so I better get over here and land. I do want to mention that I took the Air 3S on a walking trail, like through some you know, some pretty challenging situations here with my dog. Took my dog on a walk. Unfortunately, I did forget my microphone, my camera, and then also my battery was about to die on the Air 3S. I was not very well prepared, but just so you know, it did perform quite well in this situation. I plan to do another video on this focus tracking in challenging environments for the Air 3S because I really want to test it out and see if that Lidar really makes a difference. And I also want to do that in low light conditions. So watch for that video coming real soon. All right, focus tracking works really well. There's a little hesitation when you're doing the manual focus tracking of, you know, where it's going to follow you. That's always been an issue, but for the most part, it's able to track you faster, and that's really cool. Auto focus tracking, not sure what that is really or how it chooses the direction from which it's going to follow you from. I'll do some more research on that, and I'll probably do a separate video on that because I know a lot of people are going to wonder, well, what is the difference here between the audio and the manual focus tracking? So yeah, pretty cool. A couple other things I want to mention about this drone. The onboard storage is clutch. I forget my memory card all of the time. I, you know, offload my videos and my photo, and then I leave the card in my computer. Do that all the time. Thankfully, onboard storage, 42 gigabytes. That's massive, you guys. I think the Air 3 had 8, which is pretty much pointless. So I've always complained about that, and I'm glad that they did that. Flight time, it's about the same as the Air 3. 45 minutes is advertised flight time. I'll put it up on the screen here, what I got for actual flight time and the percentage of actual flight time. Nowadays, I'm not ever gonna complain. If I'm getting over 80% on advertised flight time, I am extremely happy on a DJI drone. So no problem there as far as flight time. It has 0.4 transmission, and that works great. It's gonna fly further away than you ever need it to. So I'm not gonna do a range test. I'm sure someone will, and you can see how far away you can fly it. Like, that's not even important to me, and I don't know why it is to so many people. I guess it's exciting to do a range test to see how far you can push the limits. That's not something that I do here, but I'm sure you'll be able to find one online very, very soon. So yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with this drone. Is it a major upgrade over the Air 3? I wouldn't call it a major upgrade, but there are some pretty significant improvements that make it so much better. The camera quality, the focus tracking speed, the photo quality, much, much better. Definitely improved photos. So I think that's going to be really appealing for a lot of people. The included Lidar sensor for obstacle avoidance, I think that's going to be real important, especially for new pilots, people that are just looking to get their first drone, but they're really worried about crashing it. I think that was a wonderful addition. Advertised maximum speed, 60 miles per hour in sport mode. I did not get that. I did fly it around a little bit more. I got 53. All right, correction. I just did another speed test. I got it up to 57 miles per hour. So pretty close to 60. It's not, yeah. I mean, it's not that big of a deal if you don't get it up to 60. It's still super fast for a camera drone. So yeah, pretty fun. The purpose of this drone is not to fly super fast. The purpose of this drone is to get really cool cinematic footage. And I think that's the highlight of this drone. The 1-inch sensor, the improved low light capabilities of it, and just overall camera system, I think, is what makes this drone really, really appealing for a lot of people. So I'm gonna have more videos on it. Thank you for bearing with me on this vlog style video. I just wanted to give it a try, and let me know again, let me know in the comments if this is something you prefer. Like, do you prefer like more raw, or do you prefer like more fine-tuned, you know, higher production quality video? I will have more of those coming up on the Air 3S. So still a lot to test on this, a lot to learn about this drone. But overall, I think I gave you guys a pretty good synopsis of what it's all about. If I did, and if you appreciate that, click on the thumbs up. Thank you so much for doing that. Have a wonderful day, and as always, fly safe and fly smart. Load up. All right. You can't sit there. You want to drive? You can't drive. Come on, move. That's better. So thanks for the help today. Appreciate it.